and welcome to the Homemade Podcast Sports. This is your host, J Pops.
And welcome back to the Homemade Podcast Sports with your host, J Pops. Guys, today's date is August 2nd, 2021. Guys, it is beautiful out here. It is a beautiful day in the great city of Houston, Texas. And guess what? We're in August. It is football month, people. It is the start of everything. It is week 0 that is going to happen this month. But also, you guys have to keep in mind that Connor Wing will be on live television on ESPNU on August 28th at about 7 p.m. Once again, he's the 2022 commit. So if you guys have not seen him all around the world, of course, for fans outside of the, the Texas landscape, please turn on ESPNU so you can watch that young man in action. He's the 5-star quarterback for the 2022 cycle. Once again, man, he will be coming on August 28th at about 7 p.m. on ESPNU. I will try to do my best to go with a dear Aggie friend of mine to that game and at least watch him for 2 quarters. All right. Just keep that in mind. It'll be August 28th. They will be playing at Klein Stadium, I believe. So that's not too far from where I live at. So that'll be a sight to see that young man playing action. Just keep that in mind. But man, welcome back. Man, it felt like we had a vacation weekend. It was a real huge weekend. I thank everyone for reaching out to me on Twitter. That Twitter is getting bigger than I imagined. I thank you guys for just going on a rant and helping me accomplish something that I know ain't gonna take no 1 or 2 days here. But I want to get to 100,000 followers on Twitter, just like the 12th man state. All right, I want to be 100,000 strong. So when I post this stuff like this, it'll have 100,000 reviews on it, stuff like that. So I'm thinking big and not small. So I just want to keep on going. I want to get this brand out there. Jimbo Fisher is doing a good job at it, but I feel like he needs the support of this A&M country to be right behind him and make it grow even bigger, because there's no telling where we can take it to, So just keep that in mind, man. But on this past weekend, I'm talking about, man, we got a lot of breaking news that happened. This doesn't have nothing to do with Texas A&M, but it could have something to do with, a level of competition. 2022, number 1 player in the nation, Quinn, he's going to reclassify. He will go to Ohio State this month and he will enroll. Once again, number 1 player in the nation, Quinn Ewers, he will reclassify his status and go a part of the 2021 cycle over there and get out there to Ohio State. So I'm being told, and what I've looked at, this is all about the dollar bills. My honest opinion, I don't have anything against these kids making money. Hey, if they want to make money, that's on them. And, that's on the parents to make sure that they understand finances at the end of the day. So if it's a business decision, hey, man, by all means, do what you got to do. Would I've done it my senior year? No. But who am I to judge anyone, So it is what it is. Like I said, he will reclassify and he will go over there to Ohio State and start his Ohio State career. So just a heads up to you guys, to let you know where this name, image, and likeness has gone. But it was guys doing that way before the name, image, and likeness. So you got to keep that in mind. So on this past weekend, man, it was a huge recruiting weekend. We got a huge boost from the 2023 offensive lineman, Colton. I don't want to get these guys' name wrong. Y'all know me when I talk about that stuff, man. I do not want to get that name wrong. Oh. Let me check this guy out. man. It was a lot of huge success with that pool party, man. That just happened. That was a huge success. Texas A&M landed in some great spots with a lot of guys that you would think that wouldn't even much be on the Texas A&M radar board. So when I tell you that, man, they've done a lot. It even goes back to what I had seen from something that was on a Texas board. It was on the Texas board that they had said something interesting. They were like, man, I'm hearing about that barbecue/pool party over there in College Station. I'm gonna tell you right now, man, that's bad news. So, hey, man, it was everybody that was at this little pool party/barbecue party that just happened on last weekend. So the guard that committed was Colton Thomason. That's why I said I didn't want to get this guy's name wrong. He was a 2023 commit. He's a 3-star offensive lineman that should go all the way up to a 4-star coming into next season. All right, so you guys have to keep that in mind. But also, man, we landed in the 5-star prospect, Enoch White from over there in New Jersey. Over there in Philadelphia. Hey, I don't know what Elijah Robinson or Terry Price are telling these kids over there in Philadelphia and in the Northeast over there, but they're coming. I'm gonna say that once again, man, they're coming. So he hasn't committed, I'm not gonna put that up. He hadn't committed, but he did put us in his top 4. So he's down 4 schools now: Ohio State, Alabama, Texas A&M, and what was the other one? Penn State, I want to say. I believe it was probably Penn State or something like that. But I know we are in this top 4. I have been following that guy for a little while, man, and I was very excited to see us land in this top 4. So when I tell you, man, I told you on one episode, we're building a great wall of ag land over here, and nobody wants to believe me. I noticed that nobody wants to believe me when I be talking about these podcasts, man, when I'm talking about stuff that's going on. But this weekend alone, my Twitter feed was blown up. My Twitter mentions was blown up because I noticed everybody likes to talk on the weekend. That's when everybody got some free time. So let's go ahead and talk about this Twitter feed, man. This is a big recruiting weekend. And before I get all the way into the details, I'm seeing top 247 wide receiver Jonte Cook loves return trip to A&M. Plans to be back in the fall. When I tell you we got a lot of people, top 100 Florida cornerback commit Julian Humphrey raves about environment at A&M. Yeah, when I tell you that we have changed the landscape, no, man, believe me when I say we've changed the landscape. And this guy here, it's no doubt in my mind this guy here will commit to A&M. 4-star wide receiver Chris Marshall, continuing to grow more comfortable in Aggie Lane. Be looking out for that young man. I believe that young man will commit heavily, and when he commits, it will be a big party in Aggie Lane. Believe me when I say that. So this is from Brian Peroni himself. I love following Brian Peroni, man. He lets you know all the latest breaking news. So he put out there on the 247 message board. He said, I talked to a number of people and gotten feedback from players and other sources. The past weekend was absolutely huge for A&M. Here are some notes on guys that were there. I'm going to put in the A&M crystal ball prediction for national top 50 athlete, Dion Bouye. If you guys can remember, that's the guy that decommitted with Big Bear over there, all in the same day. So now a crystal ball has been laid on Dion Bouye for a possible A&M commitment. When I told you, man, this was a big weekend that they had over there. Believe me when I say it, man. Steve Wilfong himself, 247 Allens, one of the biggest. I think he's the head of he's the head of the 247 gang over there. He put, this is the type of recruiting class momentum that can ultimately keep A&M in the rankings of being a contender for a national title. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. I know you guys are going to come on here before you even say it, and oh man, yeah, them recruiting rankings don't mean nothing though. You guys have to stop believing it. You guys have to stop believing it. I will continue to say that until you guys put into your head that recruiting does matter. Recruiting rankings does matter. Until you guys put that in your head, I'm going to continue to say it. I'm going to continue to say it, and that's just that. Regardless to how you guys feel about it, I'm going to continue to say that recruiting rankings does matter. If you want to check the data, go back to all of the last national champions over the past 10 years, and you tell me what you come up with. Okay, then. Yeah, it all matters about how you put it on the field and coach at the end of the day, but it also matters who you go and recruit. That's it. And you got to recruit depth. So recruiting rankings matter because the more you recruit at a higher level, the more your depth stands out. Remember what I said. So he's going to put in for Dion Bouye. A&M was in really good shape with him after his unofficial visit early in June, and nothing has changed on that front. He spent the whole weekend again for a second time, and it helped even more. I think there's a chance you could see something happen soon, but even if not, I think it will be A&M. That's from Brian Peroni himself. Top 50 athlete, Dion Bouye. Once again, a decommitment from Georgia, along with Big Bear. All right. Also, A&M is recruiting him at corner. However, with the number of defensive backs, the Aggies are still in on the possibility to have fans mention of him playing offense is not out of the question. If A&M lands a bunch of other guys in the secondary, A&M loves his potential as a wideout as well. A&M is okay with taking 6 defensive backs and lowering the number in the 2023 class. So depending how many others join Bouye to offense is a possibility. Let's keep going here. Big Bear. Big Bear is also very high on A&M. I put in the crystal ball for him after he decommitted from Georgia, and I still like it. I think he and Bouye end up at the same place, and like Bouye, a decision could come soon. But even if not, the Aggies have a reason to feel good. I told you that. Just like after this official visit weekend, I still feel good about A&M landing Harold Perkins. What did I tell you guys on a couple of podcasts back about a month ago? I said that this A&M class here will overtake the number 4 recruiting class that we had that year with Isaiah Spiller and others. I told you that. They are vying for competition. Man, trust me, the class now that came in with the number 4 and the number 7 recruiting class with Haynes King and Damon Demas now, you can bet your bubble that they've already talked to these guys about making even more history. No. Y'all don't be the number. No, y'all don't be just a top 10 class. Go for 1 through 3. Y'all need to outdo us. You don't think them kids already talked to them about? No, man, y'all need to outdo us. I'm talking about y'all need to bring in the passion, the energy, the everything. Y'all need to outdo us. Bring it in and bring it on home. Everybody from everywhere. Mark my words when I tell you that, and remember what I said on this podcast. I'm telling you, hey, this podcast is gonna blow up before we all knew it because of the thanks of you guys. All right. So he said he still feels good about A&M landing Harold Perkins. He still plans to wait until the Under Armour game to announce. Everybody out there, Harold Perkins will announce his decision in the Under Armour game. But there's a chance he could do it soon. LSU is still in it as well, but the Aggies are in really good shape. This season is going to be a phenomenal season. I still also like where A&M is with Chris Marshall. I shared in another thread that Marshall has only taken 2 official visits and only might take on to Alabama this fall. He says he still wants to wait until after the season, but A&M has made him a priority and it's something he likes. Bryce Anderson and Jimbo Fisher had their conversation on Saturday, and I've heard that went really well. He's a big fan of Fisher, and Fisher is really wanting him on board. There's going to be a lot of Texas fans mad at that. I can hear them right now in the mention. Well, A&M ain't won nothing in years, man. Why would you go over there? They ain't doing nothing. Once again, take you back to that tweet I had seen. I'm hearing a lot in the Aggie land. That ain't good. Quote unquote from a Longhorn fan. A ton of Anderson's good friends are currently committed to A&M and others are leaning that way. That helps a ton. I want you guys to know, man, that this recruiting is taking off of the charts. Continue to say that recruiting doesn't mean nothing when I'm going to come back on here and tell you that it does mean something. His plan now is to be at Texas home opener and then a game at A&M not long after and then make a decision. That October 9th game will be full of recruits, okay? It will be full of recruits. A&M is in a good shape there. The Longhorns are still in it, but this weekend went ways with the Aggies' momentum. The Jacoby Matthews recruitment. This is the big one. This is the big one here. So there's breaking news on this one as well. Jacoby Matthews, who was the 5-star safety that had committed to LSU I think, earlier this year, and I remember that commitment, he has now decommitted from LSU. He decommitted at the same time he found out about the A&M pool party. He decommitted, came to the pool party. He's still decommitted right now to this day. When I tell you that be looking for an A&M lean, be looking for A&M prediction to come very, very soon, believe me when I say it. The Jacoby Matthews recruitment is going to be really interesting to follow. He left very high on A&M. However, going back to Louisiana and getting pressure about LSU is always something worrisome. But he is close with Anderson. So if Anderson ends up at A&M, that is going to help with Matthews a ton. There's a lot of cautious optimism on Matthews. That's all I'm saying. Just be looking for him. I told you that we're going to break a record with how many 5-stars that's going to commit in this class alone. I'm going to say that once again. I told you we were going to break a record with how many 5-stars we're going to commit alone. I've already put in my prediction that A&M will land about 5-stars in this class alone. That will break the recruiting class history amongst any A&M recruiting class in this entire A&M football open. As for Jalen Galbo, I think that's his name. I think he could be a victim of the numbers. While he is friends with Anderson, they're not a package deal. They have had fun with the idea on social media, but it's not something that is set or anything. I think Gilbo is a big fan of A&M and would commit, but I don't think there will be room. Woo! Wow, I've never heard that before. When is the last time you heard A&M say, "Oh, we ain't got no room"? Okay then. On the other hand, while things have not completely been settled on this front, I think Julian Humphrey will have a spot in the class, and I think he will end up nagging. So that's a flip. Florida Gator fans, if you're listening, that means we own the potential of flipping that cornerback that we wanted from the get-go. On the negative front, I don't think A&M is in the best shape with Cam Drewberry at the moment. While most think Ohio State's the one to beat after its official visit last month, I would watch out for Oklahoma as well. The Sooners are very much in that one. A&M is not out. A&M is not out of it, but has a lot of work to do. If we don't get them, it's a whole lot of O-linemen that I know A&M can go and pick up for this class. I will get into that at a later date, but I am seeing the likes of Cam Drewberry may just end up at Ohio State. But that's crazy to think that Ohio State be coming in and looking at us so far as who we're going after. But we're going after the same kids that Ohio State's going after. We're going after blue chippers. So it is what it is. I have not heard a ton on defensive linemen that were in town, but you saw the update that Shamar Stewart is returning for an official visit during the Alabama game. It's a 5-star D lineman. The Aggies are back in the Aggies are back in it for Amor Obor as well, and will likely get him on campus for an official. That's another one. He's the highly rated 4-star, top 50 prospect. I know Walter Nolan. This is the number 2 guy in the 2022. Look here. if Jimbo Fisher pulls this off, if Mike Elko pulls this off, I need you guys to create that hashtag that me and my boy came up with down there in South Carolina, man. Shout out to him out there. I need you guys to post that hashtag keep Mike Elko. If Mike Elko goes and lands this guy, Shamar Stewart, and also others in Bear. So think about Bear Alexander, Shamar Stewart, Walter Nolan, man, that will solidify the Great Wall of Agony. That's not only 1 5-star, that's 2 5-star, 3 5-star. Now that's the number 2 player in the class. 1, 2, 3. God, not. Will it happen? Realistically, will it happen? Probably not. But can it happen? Yes. If he lands Walter Nolan, I will drop everything. You guys need to drop everything as well. And you guys need to know from now on, we aren't considered the same old Texas A&M program. No. This is a built powerhouse at that time. Powerhouse consists of wins. I know that. But this is a built powerhouse in recruiting, I tell you that. So I know Walter Nolan had a good time, but have not heard yet how realistic A&M's chances are with him just yet. For them to get Walter Nolan out there is insane. I don't even much know who reached out and got that young man to come out there, and he came on out. That's crazy there. Also, while we have not been told by anyone that was 100% sure he wasn't there, but no recruits saw Denver Harris there. Either way, he's a long shot for A&M. Alabama's in really good shape there, and actions speak louder than words. He wasn't at Texas on Friday, and he wasn't at A&M. That is oh, wow. So be looking for Denver Harris. I think Denver Harris' commitment is going to be really, really sneaky. He's only going to tell the guys that's real close to him about what he's going to do and when he's going to do it. So I've noticed that with the young man. I think Alabama, they're going to be in the mix for sure. And I believe LSU might be in the mix as well. I don't think Ohio State is in there, but they could be. Like I said, the young man is very, very sneaky and he's real quiet. He's not going to talk as much. So you really have to watch for what he's going to do and when he's going to do it. All right. But once again, guys, I'm just giving you the latest update. Be looking for this one. Excuse me. Also, be looking for this one here. Let me go to scheduled commits, as I don't see them in here. Anywho, oh, look at that, man. Tennessee just got a huge commit. Tennessee just got a commit from an inside offensive lineman, Addison Nichols, from Norcross, Georgia, over there, 4-star prospect, national 106. Just keeping you guys head up on that. But Dylan Bell. He's a wide receiver from Houston, Texas over there. He will be committing at about 8 p.m. And these are the guys that he have up in his top 5 for sure. Georgia, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi State, and Texas A&M. I did not hear about him being at the pool party, so we probably won't land him. This may be a hard Georgia commit on this one, but I'm just keeping you guys in the loop here. It's not really anybody else that will be committing on our big radar board for this month in general. But like I say, man, I'm on Twitter a lot, and I really had to learn how to work Twitter. So I'm on there. So trust me, whenever I get some breaking news, I will for sure let all of you guys know and stuff like that, man. So just stick around, hang around in there. Once again, guys, it's the Homemade Podcast Sports with your host, J Pops. #GigaMax.
And thank you guys for tuning in to the #Homemade Podcast Sports. Please, guys, subscribe to the YouTube page and also follow me on Twitter @JPops, on Instagram @JPops, and also on Facebook at #Homemade Podcast Sports. Thank you guys once again. #GigaMax.